Well, in this tutorial we're going to be looking at days of the week and months. So first of all, one thing to mention is that in Spanish, unless the word is at the beginning of the sentence, so if you think of this is Monday, lunes, but we write it Monday. No matter where the word comes in the sentence, we start the days of the week, the first letter is a capital letter. And but in Spanish, no, it's a small L, small m, so the first letter isn't capitalized unless it's the first word of the sentence. Also with so enero is January in Spanish, and again it's the first letter isn't capitalized unless it's the first word of the sentence. Okay, so these are the words from lunes, from Monday through to Sunday, so we'll just focus on the pronunciation. Okay, so I'm going to say the word, you repeat, and then I'll move on to the next word. So, lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo. Okay, so if we just focus on the pronunciation, we've got here the J. The J is always a J, so it's jueves. Here the V sounds more like a B, viernes. And with sábado, it's stresses on the first syllable, so they indicate, because it's kind of going against the common rule. So it's not sábado, it's sábado. Okay, so if we look now at the months, we've got, so from January through to December. I mean, if you weren't aware of, if you hadn't done Spanish before and you looked, they're very similar to how we write them in English. So I'm just going to say the word, leave a little pause, you repeat it, and then we'll move through the months. So enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, diciembre. Also, if you think back to the numbers from 1 to 10, you've got siete, so it's basically 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. So when they were the 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th months of the year before the calendar was became 12 months. And just focus a bit on the pronunciation. So marzo, the Z, as you already know, is like it's always a lisp, so it's marzo. Then we've got the J's in junio and julio, and the V in noviembre sounds more like a B, and diciembre, the C before the I is also a lisp, diciembre. So I'm just going to do the, just run through it again and just repeat back. Enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, diciembre. Something I also like to do is look at where the stress is in the word, so which syllable is pronounced more strongly. So first one, it's the, so if we look, enero is enero, it's the second syllable, enero. Febrero, the same, febrero. With marzo, it's the first syllable, marzo. And then abril, the second syllable, mayo, the first, and junio, the first, julio, the first. Agosto is the second. Septiembre is the one before last. Octubre, the second. And noviembre, the penultimate syllable. Diciembre, the penultimate syllable. So when you say septiembre, it's basically septiembre, but the two middle, the E and the A, they kind of almost sound like one syllable together. Noviembre, so it's almost like saying noviembre rather than noviembre. So just practice again, but bear in mind where the stress on the word is, and you've got the indicator here, meaning that that syllable is stronger than the others. Enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, diciembre. Okay, so we're going to now look at how to say things like today, yesterday, tomorrow. So if we think of today, it's hoy. So make that a bit cleaner so it's easy to see. So if we think of today, it's hoy. Okay. Tomorrow, I think most people, without even having studied Spanish, a lot of people know the word mañana. Mañana means tomorrow, it also means the morning. Mañana. Yesterday is ayer. Okay, so I could say, for example, hoy es, so today is Thursday, hoy es jueves. Hoy es jueves, so make it into a sentence. Tomorrow is Friday, so mañana es viernes. Okay, so if you want to say yesterday, you have to say was, so it's not going to be es, which means is. It's going to be ayer, fue. So today is jueves, yesterday was miércoles. Ayer fue miércoles. So just think about what today is when you're looking at this now and make a sentence. So, you know, for example, if today is Monday, say hoy es lunes, mañana es, ayer fue. Also, what you can do is go one stage further. You can say the day after tomorrow. So the day after, so we take the word for tomorrow, mañana, and we say pasado mañana. So that's like after tomorrow, pasado mañana. If we think of the day before yesterday, yesterday is ayer, and what we do is we put the word ante before. So the word antes means before. We're just using parts of that. We're just using ante-ayer. So you can talk about, you can talk about the day, the current day, tomorrow, the next day after that, the day before that. Okay, so what we can do now is perhaps look at saying the date. So I could say something like today is the, what day is it today? It's the 22nd of November. So I can say hoy, so it's a Thursday, so hoy es jueves, and then 22 is 22 de noviembre. Okay, so hoy es jueves 22 de noviembre. So you can have a go at thinking of some other dates. You can think of perhaps your birthday. Obviously, you might not know which date it falls on this year, but you can think of what today's date is. So like I say, for example, tomorrow is ayer, so yesterday, fue miércoles 21 de noviembre. And in Spanish, it's very easy to say the date. You don't have to say things like first, second, third. You don't use the ordinal numbers, you use the cardinal numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a much easier system to remember. Okay, so hasta la próxima.